There was a time when the Old Testament was God's word without the New Testament. It existed fully sufficient, inerrant, authoritative as God's word. It was not dependent on the New Testament in any sense. The same can be said for the New Testament. The New Testament has never existed apart from the Old Testament. Think about that. When Paul is saying things like all scripture is inspired, theopneustos, right? God breathed. He's referring to what we would call the Old Testament. And for Timothy, to make him wise to salvation, even in Jesus Christ, he's still talking about the Old Testament. He has to be, as the New Testament was still being written. It is remarkable how some could ever say to unhitch the Old Testament from the New Testament. Think of all those 1,000 or so allusions and echoes, 300 or so direct quotations. There is absolute continuity between the Old or that First and Second Testament. It is irresponsible for any pastor to say, hey, we are only New Testament believers and let's unhitch that Old Testament. I couldn't think of a more derelict of duty for a pastor to say something like that to people he's training.